Okay, so it looks like the epoxy is set up pretty well on this thing. I am going to see if I can finish breaking this tap or if this uh, steel slug will break the wood here. So anyways, I'm going to get you guys set up on the tripod um, while I get this prepared and ready to go in the vise. So one thing or a couple things that would probably be wise to do if I do this again would be to drill and tap this hole after the fact, after this is all done. Almost, yeah. I'm not sure about this one, but definitely do this one after the fact. And like I said, this is just a piece of pine or fir or something, so I don't expect this to be, the strongest material, but we'll see what happens here. All right. Let's see what happens. Good start so far. Wow. Oh yeah, that's a good sign. Okay, well, that's kind of told me what I wanted to find out. Basically, I'm pretty sure I can break the tap before I break this epoxy connection. That's the whole purpose of this experiment. So, the long-term goal for this is ditch the pine, use something like oak or walnut, um, hickory, one of the other, more hard woods or harder woods, and cutting out a good portion of the material from this area here to make it more like, my one of my other tap wrenches. The other thing is I want to make the steel here, the steel insert, narrower, and I want to make the wood narrower also. I'm pretty okay with the length of the steel insert, but if I could get it down a little bit more, that would make me even, that much happier. The other thing is, I know this is definitely a weak link, having a set screw on the corner of this thing, on the corner of the tap. And I have another idea on that. Instead of putting the set screw, instead of having a single set screw come in on the corner, I've thought about having a pair of set screws come in on an angle, not necessarily the whole 45-degree angle, but something like that. One there, one there. Because I'm sure, I mean, granted, it's just a set screw, they're replaceable, You know, it's not like it's a lot of money or anything, but yeah, that's just one use, and the end of it is pretty chewed up. So if instead of contacting the flat, if I was contacting there and there, that might help. But I don't know. We'll see. That's one of those things that's still up in the air as far as the overall design of this thing. But the bottom line is, I just wanted to see if it was possible and practical to make a wood handled tap wrench. And there again, I might not even make a one size fits all tap wrench. I might do a whole series of these, different ones that hold different sizes of taps tightly with just a single set screw on, well, rotating the square hole 45 degrees and having a single set screw come in and getting, basically just holding it in the steel and pressing into the side of the tap wrench or the tap. So anyways, I would call that a smashing success for, you know, just being an experiment, an ugly piece of pine. I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, and another thing is so right now, the thickness of this section of wood here, I think is probably around about 3/16 of an inch. So again, another thing would probably be narrowing this down the wood a little bit further so that it's thinner this way possibly, or at the very least thinner through the midsection. Basically, I'm thinking, you know, hourglass shape, you know, and what do you guys think of when I say hourglass shape, right? Other than hourglasses. Anyways, that's my experiment. So I'll catch up with you guys later. It's too cold to stay out here any longer.